They had this game. They had it right in front of them. And hit that subscribe button if you've heard this before. The Blue Jays can't get a clutch hit with guys in scoring position, and they lose. Because it happened again today. They lose 6-1 in extra innings to the Mariners, and you're thinking 6-1 in extras? Yes, because Tim Meza was bad, and Mitch White was the guy afterwards. Now, yes, the offense was awful, 6 hits total. Vladdy had the one big shot in the game, and it was a moonshot at that off of Logan Gilbert. But I'm a little frustrated right now, and as you can probably tell. 2 things. 1, David Schneider doesn't play. He was 0 for yesterday, 3 in a row. Fine, so be it. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa had 3 hits yesterday, including an extra base hit. Not really sure why you don't try and ride a hot-ish hand or whatever the heck he can give you. But he's on the bench today. And Yusei Kikuchi, which we already know this bullpen is thin. Chad Green, not available. He pitched the last 2 days, so he's not available today. You don't have Swanson. You don't have Romano. And Kikuchi, after 6 innings, had 89 pitches. 89. And he doesn't go out there for the 7th. Now that obviously comes back to haunt you. You throw Pearson out there for the 7th, does a good job. Jimmy Garcia looked outstanding for his, 2 innings of work? Hold up. Yeah, 2 innings of work. He was marvelous. No base runners and 4 Ks. He was awesome. But at that point, you got nobody left. You got nobody left. This is why I'm so confused. We hear John talk about the lack of bullpen depth right now and this and that. Barrios could have got out of that 7th inning. No problem. And Yusei Kikuchi deserved to go out there for the 7th inning after 89 pitches. And he doesn't. And it comes back to bite you in extras. Now, you scored 1 run. Regardless of what extras did, you scored 1 freaking run. And I don't know. The lineup, we talked about in the last video how Logan Gilbert, the only guy feeling really good for them, and he looked great. Logan Gilbert looked awesome for the Mariners today. And Vladdy tattooed him. Tied the game at 1. I think it was in the 7th inning. Yeah, bottom 7. Hits a moonshot. 459 feet, 114 off the bat. Masterpiece for Vladdy. And we're tied at 1. Then you go to the 8th inning. And you have an opportunity to get the lead. And Vladdy comes up to bat. They bring in Munoz. With 2 on and 2 out. Munoz throws him 2 sinker fastball thingies that he's got going on. Not even close. He's up 2-0. So think about it, Jays fans. If you're a batter at this point, what are you thinking? Okay? What are you thinking here? He can't find the zone with his fastball. He's going to throw a slider? I mean, not meant to be strikes, and if it is, you mash it. But it's got to be a hanger. And on the 2-0 pitch, this guy's come into the game and throw you 2 balls that weren't even close. Vladdy chases one, maybe just off the zone, a pretty good pitch, but not a hitter's pitch. 2-0, you look 1 pitch in 1 spot. If it's not there, just take it. And he flies out to center field, no problem, or right, or whatever the hell, whoever got the ball. And the inning is over. Loved Vladdy's at bats, except for that one. Everything else was great. The walk, 2 lineouts, and then the moonshot. Good. Didn't like that at bat in a big situation for the Blue Jays. You go to the 9th inning. You get some gifted opportunities. Bijou gets hit on the toe, I think. They end up getting the bases loaded. Vogelback comes out there and he walks. It's actually pretty good at bat in a big situation. Bases loaded for Ernie Clement. Actually, let me go back to Alejandro Kirk. As he rips a line drive to right at the right fielder. Right at him. It's like, oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me. And then Ernie Clement comes up and he hits a blooper and it looks like it might drop. Polanco runs it down. It's like, oh my God. Bases loaded, 2 out in the 9th. 2 on, 2 out in the 8th. You got nada. And with them using Jimmy Garcia and Pearson earlier, you got to go to Tim Mays with a guy at second and nobody out. And Tim Mays, a guy who doesn't strike out very many batters. So, not a great situation. And not only does he not strike out guys, Cal Raleigh dominates the Blue Jays in so many ways. And he drills a 2-run shot to give them the lead 3-1. And at that point, it felt over. But then Mesa allows 2 more base runners, walking 2. And then they bring in Mitch White, and he gets a couple out, but he allows 2 more hits and gives up another run of his own. Where Mesa's line goes a third of an inning, allows 1 hit, walks 2, 4 runs, 3 were earned. An ugly game for Tim Mesa and all that stuff. But you know what? As much as we want to talk about Mesa, as much as people want to talk about Mitch White, you had allowed 1 run going into the 10th inning. You should have won that game. But your offense didn't come through. That's the story. As much as I'm not very confident in Mesa right now. The left side of your bullpen and him and Genesis Cabrera, not great. So we're kind of in that spot. And think of a guy like Eric Swanson. They love to use him against lefties because of that splitter. And you don't have him right now. So it's a really awful spot the Jays are in. But I will tell you some good news. Tomorrow, Swanson and Romano are expected to pitch for Buffalo. So they are on the return. Danny Jansen was DHing for Buffalo today. So that's a positive sign. We're getting there. I mean, Noah's pitching for Buffalo on Saturday. So we'll see how that one ends up after his horrid start for Dunedin Blue Jays. I'm very intrigued to see what happens on Saturday for Big Puma. Because they might need him. Because Bowden Francis is going to get a start against Colorado. And if that goes bad, the discussion's got to begin. They really do. If they haven't already. All right, let's get to these player stats, all right? Justin Turner continues to rake 2 for 4 for him. Bo Bichette, 1 for 5. Had some pretty ugly Bs today, though. Vladdy, obviously, 1 for 4 and a walk, but some great at-bats and some hit balls really hard today. That's about it, though. I mean, Varsho went 1 for 4. Good on him. 6 hits total for the Blue Jays. 10 strikeouts. Walked 3 times. Is curtains. How many left on base? 15. 15 base runners left on. You catch one of those guys, you win the game. It's that simple. But you don't. And it is what it is. Pitching-wise, Yusei Kikuchi was marvelous. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 9 Ks, ties his Blue Jays high for his little Blue Jays career. Walks 2, didn't give up a home run, was great. He only threw 89 pitches. Nate Pearson was good in his inning of work, allowed 1 walk but nothing more. Jimmy Garcia, probably some of the best stuff I've ever seen that guy throw. The sequencing was off the charts. His velocity was nuts. The tight spin on the slider, just brilliant. 2 innings, no base runners, and struck out 4. He was just incredible. And yeah, we're not going to talk about Mitch White and Tim Mesa because we already brought that up. All right? Now, you did win the series. I hate that because you had the sweep right in front of you and you couldn't take it. And I've said it going into this series. This is a team you're probably going to be battling with for a wild card spot near the end of the season. So, to win the series is great, but you had an opportunity to sweep them. And all you would have to do is win 1 game in their ballpark and you win the season series and you're in good shape. But now, with you only winning the series, it's a lot more question marks. Because then if you only win the series in Seattle, guess what? Then it goes to your interdivisional record. And the AL East is a bloodbath. So, kind of sucks. Kind of does. All right, but now the Jays have an off day tomorrow. And I think we all as Jays fans need an off day because these last 3 days have been nuts. Stressful to say the least. A lot of John Schneider talk. It's been hairy. Now, you have the damn Colorado freaking Rockies coming to town starting on Friday night. At the very least, and I mean very least, you need 2 or 3. And even that, it's probably not good enough. Kevin Gausman gets the ball in game 1. All the eyes are going to be on his velocity. Ryan Feltner, couldn't tell you. He's on the mound for the Rockies. He's had a pretty good start to the season. ERA of 3.27, 14 Ks and 4 walks in 11 innings. He's been good, I guess. Game 2 is probably going to be Bowden Francis versus, they have Dakota Hudson, and he's been good in 2 starts, but he's lost both. They're not good. The Rockies stink. And then the finale in Game 3, it's probably going to be Barrios, I'm guessing, for the Blue Jays, and it doesn't have right... Oh, hold on, let me check the MLB app just to kind of confirm this for you guys. Because I want to see who's going in the finale for the Rockies. There we go, 137. It is supposed to be Kyle Freeland in the area of 1603. and Jose Barrios. You have Gausman and Barrios going in this series, and you're facing the Rockies. At the very least, 2 or 3. But for the love of God, my sweep would be nice. You sweep the Rockies and do what you're supposed to do? You're 2 games above 500. Vibe's a little different. We're talking okay. You win the series, people have to squint and say that. You lose the series, the John Schneider talk will begin. Just gonna leave it at that, all right? So you know what, guys? That's gonna do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and not the result of this game, hit that like button. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. You guys have not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What'd you like? Would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and of course, TikTok is down below, so follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys, okay, Leafs edition tomorrow as they host the New Jersey Devils at 7 o'clock at Scotiabank Arena. As for the Raptors, they're in action tonight, 7:30 against the Nets in their, third final game of the season. And as for the Blue Jays, I mean, God, I'll be here on Friday talking to you guys. Actually, you know what? Probably not Friday. Maybe Friday. I'm not sure yet. Either Friday or Saturday morning, Jays Talk, as we break down Game 1 of the series between the Jays and the Rockies. Kevin Gausman versus, was it Ryan Feltner? Hold on. Ryan Feltner. All right, that's a pitching matchup on Friday as they need to start this weekend off with a winning note. They absolutely have to, and let's be honest, all the eyes are on the offense. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and not the game. We'll talk to you guys then.